Hello. Before started, I would like to introduce myself first. I am Chunting from Pbl Poly. In this video, I will having my presentation about Form 5 Additional Mathematics Chapter 3 Integration. This is the project work that I scanned from the textbook for part 1. Browse through the internet and books and look for the factors that influence gold prices around the world, then produce an interesting graphic presentation of it. Before that, when we talk about gold, the first word that will come to our mind is very expensive, right? So actually what is a gold is? Gold is a yellowish metal used as money for exchange and have a special value in human life. The physical gold, which is shiny and does not oxidize even in water, make the ornament made from its appealings to many people. Gold is also used in many industries such as the manufacturing of computers, communication devices, space shuttles, jet engines, aircraft, and other products. The price of gold is constantly changing with time. So second, I will explain what is the factors that influence the gold price. Why the price of the gold is constantly changing with times. The first is supply and demand. When the gold demand is high and supplies of the precious metal are low, the gold prices will rise. And the opposite scenarios of high supply and low demand, prices will decrease. Since gold is finite, supply is always limited. Second is inflation. What inflation means? Inflation means the sustained upward movement in the overall price levels of goods and services in the economy. It has the effect on devaluing a particular currency. When the inflation rises, the values of currency go down and therefore people tend to hold money in form of gold. So therefore, in time when inflation remains high over a longer period, the gold becomes a tool to hedge against the inflationary condition. This puts the gold price higher in the inflationary period. The third is interest rates. Gold price have an inverse relationship with interest rate. When the interest rates fall, people don't get good returns on their deposit. Hence, they tend to break their deposit and buy gold instead, causing an increase in demand, so the price will increase. The fourth is currency movement. The movement of currencies very facilitates the US dollar, since the price of gold is dollar denominated, is another strong influencer. A falling US dollar has a tendency to push the gold price higher because other currencies and commodities around the world increase in the value when the dollars fall. This is the second part. This part is a calculation part, so I will be showing my workings on how I get my answer. The question given is the diagrams on the side shows a cross-sectional mount used to make a gold piece. The perimeters of the cross sections, which consists of rectangle and a semicircle, is 60 cm and the thickness is 1 cm. Find the maximum volumes in cm cube of the mount. We can get the information is the perimeters of the cross sectional is 60 cm and the thickness is 1 cm. What is the cross section means? The cross section means a surface that will explode by making a straight cut through it. Means the shapes that will produce when we cut a straight line in the middle of the shapes. So when we cut the straight line in the middle of the shapes given, so we will be having a shape with a semicircle and the rectangle. So the first step is the perimeters of a cross section is 2y plus 2x plus pi x equals 60, which means is 2y and 2x. Why is 2x? Because here is the x, because this diagram is given us the radius of the semicircle is x cm. So if we want to find the diameters of the semicircle, the diameter equal to 2 radius, so it equals to 2x. And here the curve, the length of the curve of semicircle is equal to pi x equals 60. So we do an expression equal 2y equal 60 minus 2x minus pi x. I will lest the equation become 1. So the second step is to form an equations of the volumes of moles. The volumes of moles there is formed by an rectangles and a semicircle. So the rectangles or volumes of rectangle is 2xy1 plus 2 over 3 pi x cubed. This is the formula volumes of semicircle. So we arrange the formula will equal to 2xy plus 2 over 3 pi x cubed. I will let this equation become 2. So I will sub 1 into 2, then you equal x bracket 60 minus 2x minus pi x brackets plus 2 over 3 pi x cubed. So now we can get the volumes in terms of x. So equal 60x minus 2x squared minus pi x squared plus 2 over 3 pi x cubed. Fourth step is I will do the derivative of v respect to x. dy dx will equal 60 minus 4x minus 2 pi x minus 2 pi cubed. Number 5 step is second derivative of v respect to x. Negative 4 minus negative pi will equal minus 4 minus 2 pi plus 2 pi x. So just now we can get the first derivative. So first derivative equal to 0. 60 minus 4x minus 2 pi x plus 2 pi x squared equals 0. So we rearrange, we will get pi x squared minus 2 plus pi bracket x plus 30 will equal 0. We apply a formula to find x minus b plus negative square root bracket b squared minus 4ac bracket over 2x. So we can sub our information to apply in the formula. We can get our x value is 0.81831 when the x is 0.81831. So we can sub the x values into the second derivative. Then we will get minus 2 plus 3096 times 10 to the power of negative 9, which means it is less than 0. We can find the maximum value. So final answer, we can get volume of maximum value. We apply the x we can get just now, sub into the formula of the volume and sub into it. And the final answer we can get is 37.805 cm cubed maximum volumes value. This is the part 3. It's also a calculation part, so I will also showing my bookings and explain how I am to get my answer. The question given, the price of a specially designed golden ring can be estimated by using a concept of integration. By interpreting the function y equal 1.2 minus 5x cubed, a goldsmith can be determined the value of gold used as shown in the diagram 3.1a and 3.1b shows the cross-sectionals of the ring drawn on the Cartesian plane. In the question given, we can get our information is the function y will equal 1.2 minus 5x cubed. So we can get the first information. So here, so the second information we can get from the graph diagram 3.1b. We can get from here. And from the diagram 3.1b, when the y equal 1, then 1.2 minus 5x squared equal 1. So the 5x squared will equal 0.2. So the final, the x value that we can get is positive and minus 3.2. Second, we want to find the volumes of the gold. We can use the integration form to find our volume. This is the formula that I applies all the information I get just now into this formula. Equal to pi integrate 0.2 and negative 2 0.2 is the x value, and this is the function of y squared dx. Here we can explain equation and our first derivative here. So we can get 1.44 minus 12x squared plus 25x power of 4. First, we can do integration. Here is the equation that I do. I will sub the upper value into the equation and minus lower values that I sub into the equation. Final answer form is 0.5152 pi meters cubed. Is the second question of part 3. Given that rho equal m over v, where rho is the densities of gold in gram meter cube, m is the mass of gold in gram, and v is the volumes of gold in cm cube. Calculate the cost in Rn of the golden of ring. This is the information that I get from the internet. First is densities of gold is 19.3 gram per cm cube. And second, the price of the 24K of gold per gram is Rm 249.14 ringgit. Given information is the density will equal to mass over volume, so we can sub the information inside. Thus, we will get our mass 31.24 gram. So as 1 gram will equal to 249.14 ringgit, so the gold will cost 7,728.63 cents. This is the last part, is the further investigation part. The question given: suppose that you are planning to purchase a gold bracelet like the one shown in the diagram on site. Before purchasing, you want to estimate the price of the bracelet first. A. By using a appropriate function integration, find the cost in Rm of the bracelet based on the size of the wrist of your hand and discrete bracelet thickness. My wrist in cm when my discrete bracelet thickness is 14.25 cm. My function y, which is y equal 1.2 minus 5x squared. So when my size of the wrist is 15 cm and my discrete thickness is 14.25 cm, thus my y-intercept is 0.75 cm. When y equals 0.75 cm, 1.2 minus 2x squared will equal 0.75. Final x we can get is positive and negative 0.3. Volumes of the gold, the x value now is 0.3 and negative 0.3. The same thing, we will do the expansion and the first derivative first of this part. Then we will get 1.44 minus 12x squared plus 25x power of 4. Then we can do our integration. First, I will start my upper value and lower value. So 0.6723 unit cube. When my volumes of bracelets is 0.6723 units cube, and the densities of gold equal 19.3 gram per cm cube. So we can apply this formula again. Volume that we get just now into equation. So our mass is 14.76 gram. 1 gram of gold is equal to 249.14 ringgit. 14.76 gram will equal 10,155 ringgit 79 cents. And this is the question B. Question given is: find the cost in Rm of the same bracelets if the bracelet is made from other metals such as silver, iron, and copper. What type of metal will we choose to make the bracelets? What is the rationale behind your choice? This is the information that I get from the internet. First, we find the silver bracelets first. By also applying the same formula, the mass that I get is 22.16 gram. So the final cost of the silver bracelets is 81 ringgit 31 cents. So this is the iron bracelets that I calculate. The mass of the iron bracelets is 16.6 gram, and the cost of the silver bracelets is 0.3 cents. This is mass of the copper bracelets I get is 18.84 gram, and the final cost 78 cents. Last, I will choose silver bracelets because I can afford the price as I am a student. Besides, the silver will also not rust easily compared to iron and copper. This is my conclusion. Gold as a sign of wealth and prestige. Gold is always considered as a very important monetary asset across the world. Gold is also always perceived as a safe investment that will help to recover from any financial crisis that we're facing. Lastly, be a smart investor, have a best investment. Reflection. Through the project, what do you learn? First, I learned that we must manage our time regularly to make sure our work can be completed. Second, we must learn our math knowledge to having a better problem-solving skill in our daily lives. Through the project, how can I apply integration in daily life? First, in the fields of physics, to calculate the centers of mass, centers of gravity, and centers moments of inertias of vehicles. To calculate the velocities and trajectory of a satellite while placing on an orbit. Second, in the medical science, to study the spread of infectious disease. It can be used to determine how far and fast a disease is spreading. Lastly is chemistry, to determine the rate of chemical reaction and to determine some necessary information of radioactive decay reaction. This is the end of my. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.